Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Out here in the garden, it's November 1st, and trying to get some works done around here for prepping for the winter and for next growing season next year. So just wanted to show you guys a quick update here on the side of our property where we have some beautiful raspberries growing here. We have 2 raspberries on our property. This is the I think preferred kind that we have. This one seems to produce fruit throughout the whole growing season. So the other one has like a very concentrated time when they come and ripen right around the middle of summer maybe, and then they just really don't do much anything. These guys produce fruit the whole way through, and I'm not certain anymore. I thought that they actually produce fruit on the first year canes, but I'm not sure about that. But I think they do. It's kind of hard to know. And then they also produce fruit on the second year cane. So I don't know. But anyway, these definitely seem to be the preferred type for us. Taste-wise, the other ones are great too, and these taste great too, but they are slightly different. So I definitely want to continue growing both, but and if nothing else, just for biodiversity reasons. But these ones seem to do really well here up against our fence. Basically, our southerly direction is that way, so they get a lot of sun during the day, so in the morning and during the day, but then in the afternoon they're shaded out by this fence, and they actually seem to prefer that, so it's actually really great for them. And the other type of the other variety of raspberry that we have further up that way also grows well here, so it seems like blocking out the afternoon shade does good things for them. They're doing great. These all kind of grew from just 1 or 2 canes, and they're spreading really well, and they're coming out more towards the edge here as well. I have a nice little rosemary bush here that I got from my brother as well a while back, and it was pretty neglected, but then this past summer we kind of took out all the weeds and put some fresh mulch and stuff around it, and now it's doing a lot better. And we also have to stake it out because one of the bigger branches, it looks like maybe from snowfall in the winter, it had broken down. So we kind of trimmed that part back and got the long piece back up on that stake. I think by next year I can probably remove that stake. What I wanted to show you guys today though is not actually this per se, but this little area here. I think it was last year, maybe a year ago in the fall, I had, or maybe it was summer, I don't even remember, it's been so while, and time goes by so fast. I had got a whole bunch of branches here that I was mulching down, and kind of ran out of time, and they were getting in the way, and Mrs. CEO came up with the idea of like, we wanted to build this part up anyway, why don't we just dump the branches there and they'll rot down over time. And so we just kind of neglected it, and the weeds were growing up through all the branches and stuff, and it was getting to be a mess. And they weren't really breaking down because I don't think they were getting enough moisture, so everything was just dried out, and the branches were just not breaking down. So what I did this summer is all of our grass clippings I've been dumping on top of the branches here, and hopefully that will get it to start breaking down faster. And then now I took some compost. I probably added maybe about 1 inch or 2 on top of the grass clippings. And then what I'm going to do is I've been collecting like a ton of leaves now. I have a big mess here in the yard now. You can ignore that, but basically I have a mountain of leaves that I pulled from the neighboring streets. I told you guys, like, I do this every year. I bring a lot of green waste into the yard. I use it for covering our compost, and also for mixing in and doing all these layers on things. So right now I'm going to probably add more leaves on top of all this, and then I might even just set some bags of leaves on top of it to keep the leaves down. I'm going to water everything and just let it sit for the winter, and then come springtime we're going to thin out some of these raspberries, take some of the smaller ones and plant them all along here so we can get raspberries going down this whole length here. So I think it'll really help everything break down by having this stuff on top of it, the branches and things here in the winter, and also having the leaves on top. It'll retain the moisture of the winter rains and snow, and we'll see how it progresses. So yeah, I guess maybe I could show you guys the layers here and try to get around here where it's a little more obvious towards the end here. You can see there's just branches, pretty big branches that I never mulched down because I just ran out of time. And you can see it's all in here like this. There's really big branches all the way down. So it's a really big mound of stuff. And eventually it should all break down. But you can see the grass and the weeds that were growing out all over the place. You can see these big branches here. There's more wood. You know, without the moisture and without them being covered, it would take a really long time for this to break down. But I think like this, it should speed up both from having the moisture on top, as well as like the beneficial bacteria and fungus and earthworms and everything that has been already through this compost. So it's already a fairly ripe compost, and it can finish the process here over the course of the winter and be ready for planting in the spring. So that's the plan, that's the idea. But anyway, all of this, I just kind of want to keep it brief for this video. I know the previous video I did was really long, and not sure if a whole lot of people saw it, but you know, my mental state, I guess, hasn't really changed much since then, but I'm just trying to be upbeat and positive and keep doing what I can, which is to work in the garden and take the long-term view, constantly improving the soil here and growing more stuff. We've planted a lot of things this season. We had a pretty good harvest. Haven't showed you guys stuff, but we had really great harvest of squash. The corn was a mixed success, but we did get a few ears of corn. The potatoes seemed like they did well despite a few setbacks with some, I think they're called potato beetles or whatever. We had a little bit of struggle with that. But all in all, I think it was a good growing season. We had a lot of tomatoes, a lot of peppers. It was pretty good. We had tons of zucchinis, the usual stuff. We planted new things for us this year. We had mangold, which is I think Swiss chard in English. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. And yeah, had a lot of other good things. We had good fruit harvest. So yeah, it was a pretty good growing season. Now I think we're looking forward to just kind of weeding things out and, you know, adding some more mulch. I got to do a lot more mulching and a lot more composting. So that's it. But yeah, you can see the compost itself too. I mean, it's really great, like good quality, highly rich material, and let it sit out here. You can see the whole thing is kind of a sponge. The whole thing's moving around. But yeah, should do it. So yeah, I hope everybody's good. See you in another video hopefully soon, and hopefully you guys are all getting out and doing your gardening tasks for the fall. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then I guess it's your growing season peaking or getting close to it. But yeah, all right guys, see you, bye. So I just watered all the leaves that I put on, and then I put a whole bunch of bags of leaves on top of the leaves that I spilled out. My idea is that I want the leaves to compost in place. I'm going to end up using most of these during the winter for covering our compost waste on the other side. And meanwhile, this will give a chance for these leaves to start breaking down and to stay put, and the wind won't blow them away. So it's a little bit unsightly, but it works out pretty well in the long run, I found, because if you just kind of pile leaves, the wind blows them away after they get dried up. They just don't stay in place unless you have a lot of them, and unless you have something to keep it wet and damp and keep it low to the ground. So yeah, just wanted to show it to you guys. It's a little bit unsightly, but it's really good. I've talked about the benefits before. This cost me virtually nothing. I usually pick these up as I'm coming and going around the neighborhood, and I get to use the bags later for all sorts of stuff, like but if nothing else, just use them as garbage bags, and then you don't have to buy any new ones, and it works out great. There's little tears and stuff in a lot of them, but it doesn't matter. If you're putting in something that requires it, you can double bag them, triple bag them, whatever. They're still better than, you know, single-use plastic. So at least you get the minimum of 2 uses out of it. So yeah, that's it. See you guys in another video. Bye. you.